There, I think we should have sound now. Let's double check. Yep, we got sound. There, I think we should have sound now. Let's double check. Okay, we're good. We are live. What is good, everybody? Let me switch up to my 13 pairs of glasses. Alright, what is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man, Lincoln Clay. We are live, and we are waiting for the MetaQuest Gaming Showcase. As you can see, it kicks off here in a little over 4 minutes. Cyber Dragon, how you doing, my guy? I'm off today. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, Cyber Dragon, I see you putting in a lot of hours with that Horizon Forbidden West. So, one thing, if you still happen to be watching Cyber Dragon, one thing I'm curious about is, do you have a PS5? I think a game like Horizon looks like we're about to go live. Hmm. Right, I'm just waiting for some sound here from them. And their chat is just going ballistic. Chat is just going ballistic. All right. So, you would at least think they would play some elevator music to pass the time. But let's see here. The show actually kicks off at about 1 o'clock. Cyber Dragon. Approaching 200 hours. PS5, yes and no. I will private chat the details with you when it is convenient to converse. Okay, my guy. You know what? Cyber Dragon. I believe we follow each other on Twitter. And I'll send you oops. And I'll send you a link to my Discord. I haven't opened it up to the public just yet. So right now, the only people there in my Discord are my friends, and it's just basically used for whatever we want to talk off of YouTube. But I think what I will do is I'm going to be opening my Discord up to the public here pretty soon, and I've got a couple of private channels. Sacred Grove, what's up? You know, I have a general voice channel, and then I've got like 3 private channels. One for me and my son to speak, one for the Lincoln Show, and one for live from Wakanda. Whenever I bring those shows back, at some point I will. And then I think I'll create one more private channel for friends, for my YouTube friends, so we can converse there. No problem, Cyber Dragon. You know, you put in that work. I see you. But what I was going to say anyway about Horizon Forbidden West, that I haven't seen the game at all, but I'm led to believe that the game looks pretty damn good on PS4, especially PS4 Pro. And I'm led to believe that probably the big difference between PS4 Pro and PS5 might be the ray tracing. Assuming it has ray tracing on PS5, I think that might be the big difference right there. But or the 60 frames. I don't know if it runs 60 frames per second on PS4 and PS4 Pro. Because I know with PS4 Pro and PS4, Sony mandates parity. The PS4 Pro cannot have an advantage over the PS4. So if it runs at 60 frames per second on PS4 Pro, it's got to run 60 frames per second on PS4. I hope this means we're about to get started here. So shifting gears, coming back to VR, Meta Quest, formerly Meta, formerly Oculus, which was acquired by Facebook, and now Facebook is called Meta. This is the gaming showcase, and there we go. We got some music. What I'm hoping for is, you know what? Let me turn the YouTube volume down a little bit. We'll turn it back up once they're ready to go live. I'm in the Pro and run through it again fully on PS5. Solar, what's good? How you doing? So, before we get into the MetaQuest Gaming Showcase, I will say that I appreciate those of you who joined me. I know there are bigger YouTubers that are streaming this as well. Case in point, a couple of my friends, Steve Knowles and Gamertag VR, they're streaming this. I believe Upload VR is streaming this. So, I think Mateo 1311 might be streaming this as well. I'm not sure, but those are all bigger YouTubers. So for those who chose to join me, I appreciate it. You doing good, Slar? Cool. At the conclusion of this, I don't know. I might jump back on the racetrack. I definitely feel like streaming something unless I receive that phone call. My car, I had to take the day off so I can send my car to the shop to get brakes put on it. And if I get that call that the car is ready, then I got to leave to go pick it up. So, but if assuming I don't immediately get that call, I hope to jump on the track and do some ACC or something. So now on the MetaQuest Gaming Showcase, I hope they don't put us to sleep with a bunch of metaverse stuff, because we've already done that. I mean, they did their Oculus, Facebook Connect, whatever, last year. And the only thing they really showed us gaming related was an announcement for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas coming to the Oculus Quest. Other than that, they just put us to sleep with a bunch of metaverse stuff. Stuff that's not going to happen for like another 5 years. Wow, PSVR Without Parole is streaming this. Now it's so is Virtual Strangers. Wow. So yeah, that's all the more reason to thank all of you who are joining me. I think PSVR Without Parole, I think they are looking for a particular game that I think is going to come to PlayStation VR. I can't remember. But I'm looking for two things in particular. See here, Sacred Grove. I'm sorry. I think this will be just games. That's what I'm hoping for. Just games. I don't want to get put to sleep with that metaverse stuff. Obviously, this metaverse thing has got everybody concerned because everybody's scrambling to jump on board with it. Even people that don't have anything to do with VR. You know, Sony and Microsoft are trying to get a piece of this metaverse thing. So I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to think that this metaverse thing is going to turn out to be, a lot of people described it as VR chat on steroids, but I'm beginning to think that the metaverse is going to be almost like a virtual counterpart to the real world. And things in there you're going to have to pay for things with in-game currency, but you get that in-game currency, you probably pay for it. So, like for instance, like I think in the metaverse, if you see a particular house that you want to buy, then you're gonna have to buy it with in-game currency, but you're probably gonna have to use real money to convert it to in-game currency to buy that house, and that house will be yours and only yours. And if anybody else rides by that house in the metaverse and they see that house, they won't be able to buy it because you already bought it and paid for it. I think it's going to be that kind of a thing. I think it's going to be counterpart to the real world. So I don't know. In my opinion, I think the metaverse is going to end up being the biggest microtransaction in the history of gaming. I think almost everything you do within the metaverse is probably going to cost money. You go into an arcade in the metaverse, you're going to have to uh, go to the counter and pay for credits to go to a particular game. So you can play that game using in-game credits, in-game currency. It sounds like it's going to be huge. PSVR without parole knows many of the games will come to PSVR also. Yeah, they do. Um, See, but that's interesting though, because are any of these games going to come to PSVR or PSVR 2? Um, from a spec standpoint, anything they show us here today should be playable on PSVR. The question is the controllers. We know the Move controllers are outdated, and it seems to be a headache for developers, especially being that they don't have thumbsticks. So we'll have to see. Now, if any of these games that they're showing us, if PSVR without parole is looking for any of these games to come to PSVR 2, fine, so be it. But I think people might end up being less than impressed with what they could possibly see, because this is the Quest we're talking about is still limited, even though it's got a lot more power than the original Quest. Is still limited in what we see. You say Casino's gonna love the metaverse. Definitely. Haha, looking forward to seeing Meta Casino's fights against groupies when someone loses a big play blackjack hand. Um, in my opinion, we kind of already have a metaverse in VR. Almost every aspect of the real life, I think there's some sort of VR game out there. And when you talk about casinos, we got PokerStars VR, which I've played that game from time to time, and it was actually supposed to come to PlayStation VR, and it hasn't happened yet. And I think the biggest reason, I can't say that the game is demanding, because even on my beast of a PC right here, it is still a demanding game. But on the other hand, they were able to get it down to the Oculus Quest, so there's no reason why this game shouldn't be on the current PSVR right now. I'm wondering if Sony, probably has gone back and forth about, their stance on gambling, because they did have some sort of VR Texas Hold'em game at the PlayStation Store before, and then they removed it. So I bought it, and I think I was able to play it once, and then I think they delisted it, and I think they might have removed it. So I don't know. Maybe for liability purposes, maybe Sony didn't want to go ahead and bring PokerStars VR to the PlayStation VR format, because one thing I found out about PokerStars VR is there are a lot of kids gambling on PokerStars VR, and I don't mean to badmouth them like that, but I've been seeing it. When PokerStars VR came to the Quest, I started seeing a lot more kids on that game, and I think what these kids might be doing is running out their in-game currency and then probably using their parents' credit cards to purchase more credits. Um, and I think that maybe Sony's concerned about something like that. So, and then the other thing that I've noticed that now with PokerStars VR, there's a disclaimer. It's like ages 18 and up. And then I think when you first boot the game up, I think you have to click like a waiver that that lets you know that this game is recommended for 18, blah blah blah. And I think you have to click that waiver to proceed into the game. So I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes and watched kids blow $50,000 in 5 minutes on PokerStars VR. Um, so yeah, something like that in the metaverse, I can see something like that being a problem. Yeah, I got it on Quest too, and there are many kids on there. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games. See, the Quest, there's a like. If I had to make a guess, I feel like maybe 50%, 55% of Quest 2 users are kids. I mean, one of my favorite first-person shooter games, Onward. Once they got crossplay with Quest, it's mostly kids in there. Contractors is crossplay with Quest. In the beginning, there was a lot of kids in there. There's still kids in there, but not like it was when the crossplay first happened. Another area where there's a lot of kids is VR chat on the Quest. There's a ton of kids in there. Um, Venues, it was called Oculus Venues, Facebook Venues. I'd imagine it's called Meta Venues now. There's kids in there. They hang out in the courtyard. A lot of them don't even really go into the theaters to see what's playing. They just hang out in the courtyard and just talk. So there's a good amount of kids there too. So all that being said, I can't see PokerStars not making it. I don't know. Um, I'll have to find the email to the community manager, because when I was doing PokerStars streams, I was doing those for a while, and the community manager from PokerStars sent me an email thanking me for streaming PokerStars, and they left a little something in my account. And when I jumped on PokerStars, they put 20 million in credits in my account, and I still have 17 million of it. I even gave some of it away. Some of my friends, I even went into private rooms with them. It was like deliberately folding hands and letting them win so I could give them some money to get started. And I still got 17 million left from that. Um, but I'll have to go through my email archives and see if I can get in touch with the community manager and see if there's still plans for them to bring PokerStars to PlayStation VR, because I would like to see that happen. Now that I stop and think about it, Sony can't, in my opinion, Sony can't act like they got morals and they're worried about kids running up their parents' credit cards, you know, uh, and acting like that's going to start up a gambling addiction at such a young age or something like that, because you've already programmed kids. You were already programming kids with loot boxes and stuff. That's a form of gambling. Let's see here, Sacred Grove. I hope to see Grand Theft Auto VR on this showcase. And yeah, I mean, we only got a minute and a half left, and that was what I meant to get to. There's two things that I'm looking to see. I'm looking for a date. I'm looking for a release date for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the Oculus Quest. I'm looking forward to that because I never finished the original game, so I definitely want to come back and play that on the Quest. I have Resident Evil 4 on the Quest. I started out playing that, but I mean, and it's cool too. But I really want to play San Andreas on the Quest. The other thing that I'm hoping for is an announcement for Thrill of the Fight 2. Thrill of the Fight is the best boxing game in VR right now. It's just a shame that it doesn't have player versus player. I read an interview with the developer. He said that's the most requested thing that people were asking for was PvP, and he said in order to do it, he would have to completely tear the game down and then rebuild it back up, and hence we have Thrill of the Fight 2 coming. I know it's supposed to be coming. It was actually supposed to be out last year. We haven't even gotten an announcement yet, so I'm hoping this will be it. I'm hoping we get the announcement today. All right, we're ready to go. Let me turn the volume up. Let's get a drink real quick. Let's go! All of the games you're about to see today, even the ones you're going to see for the first time, are slated to launch within the next year. Cool! There's always a risk of games slipping due to the very real challenges of development, but we wanted to show you games you'll be playing sooner rather than later. We think it's more fun that way. That's the way. There are plenty of games still in development that are in today's showcase. Some further out just weren't quite ready to show yet. If you don't see a game you're looking forward to, sit tight. We can't wait to share more details. Alright.
Hi everyone, I'm Ruth Bram, and welcome to the MetaQuest Gaming Showcase. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners launched 2 years ago, and millions of you have since carved a path through New Orleans in an effort to either save the city or to condemn it. Well,
oh, she must have had her baby, because she's looking a lot slimmer now.
Is back with Chapter 2 Retribution. New Orleans is now a city more dangerous than ever. You've got more walkers, fewer resources, and a bloodthirsty threat that's...
Hey, VR, what's good, my guy?
Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 will be out later this year. So let's take an early look at your winter vacation.
A broken man. He is capable of anything. Cruelty, viciousness, slaughter. Some are horrified by what I've done. But you, tourist, are the real monster. The things you have broken cannot be mended. For every action, there is consequence.
Great start. Whatever it is, it looks good. If this is Quest.
Tourist, you will see what a broken man has to offer.
Oh. I have that game on PC.
I'm sure you've heard us talk a lot about the metaverse over the last few months. And like we said at Connect, gaming is how a lot of people are going to step into it for the first time. Games have pioneered many of the principles that ground our vision. Virtual, three-dimensional spaces that enable people to connect in entirely new ways. We think the metaverse will build on this foundation to become the next generation of the internet and the next evolution in social technology. Both the hardware and software need more work.
JD Maxx was good. Dan Socks was good.
Fully bring it to life. But games exist now, and today is all about gaming. Everything you see today is slated to release within the next year. Some of them you're already looking forward to, and others are brand new, like this next one.
Yeah, it's yeah, Sacred Grove. I'm gonna pick that up. Oh, the NFL game! The NFL game! Come on, show us something.
Officially licensed NFL game to hit VR. This is your opportunity to step onto the field and lead your team to victory.
I knew about this. I posted it a while ago.
Your favorite teams.
Well, we get a look at it.
NFL players experience what it's really like to play at the highest level. Here's an exclusive look at what's in store.
Come on, show us some gameplay, please. Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby! Yeah, baby!
Get ready, crewmates, because Inner Sloth, Robot Teddy, and Shell Games are bringing Among Us.
Who needs Madden? Who needs Madden? You said that game's gonna cause a lot of injuries, JD? Man, this is a dream come true, this football game. I had said that a long time ago, that I was waiting for be able to fully playable basketball, football, baseball. I mean, we got that to a degree right now. But we don't have an official NFL game yet. Until now. We don't need Madden. I do not care anymore. We do not need Madden.
There's more. Shell Games have partnered with us on some really cool titles, like I Expect You to Die 2 and Until You Fall. And we're not slowing down. Today, I'm excited to announce that we're partnering with Shell Games to bring 3 more titles to MetaQuest over the next 2 years. You know, when I started here in 2014, we didn't really know if VR would take off. We worked hard to find developers who were even interested in taking a chance on us, on this new industry. It was developers like
Aerox was good!
And so many others who took those first steps and believed in our platform. A big thank you to Shell Games for their continued partnership and for making such amazing games over the years. And these next few announcements are in the same vein. Developers returning to VR and using what they've learned to create bigger and more ambitious sequels. When Red Matter launched in 2019, it really showed off what was possible on Quest. It was unique, eerie, a surreal adventure set on one of Saturn's moons. And it was jaw-dropping, like some of the best visuals we had ever seen on Quest. Now Vertical Robot is back with Red Matter 2, and they've really outdone them.
Uh-oh!
The story picks up right where the first game ended.
I never played the first one, though.
Spans the solar system, from a base on our own moon to a space station in orbit over Saturn's rings. You'll uncover dark secrets as you race to stop the unstoppable, that mysterious red matter that now threatens the universe. Let's take a look at Red Matter 2.
Let's see what these graphics gonna look like, because
Wake up.
they made the game look good on the original Quest.
Open your eyes. I can't believe it worked. Sasha, is that you?
Oh shit, if this is Quest!
We've received a distress signal from your crewmate on Strelka N3. You have a new mission. Find him and bring him home.
Why would they build a research facility way out here?
My reports show nothing.
If this is Quest, that looks pretty good. I wonder if it's gonna come to PC VR as well. Because if it does, that's where I gotta get it.
Something just doesn't add up.
I gotta get it on PC.
Be careful.
Oh no. Belgravia isn't what we were led to believe.
Let's get the Eve devs to return. That would be awesome.
I can't
Are you talking
control
about
it.
Eve Valkyrie?
Sasha? Sasha? Do you read me?
So far, I think all of these will be on PC and PSVR.
Aspire 1 VR Operative
Yeah.
is one of 2019's
Oh, wow.
must-play games.
Now, this game right here got off to a bad start because it was buggy.
The type of globe-trotting story you'd expect from someone with a 3-number codename. Tripwire Interactive and Digital Load are back with a sequel.
And I will
Aspire
say that
2.
the PC
Your
version
mission,
looked
should you choose to accept
noticeably
it,
better
is
than the
to
Quest
plunge
version.
back into the world of international espionage for a series of brand new, action-packed single-player missions. Or if you want to bring a friend along, Aspire 2 will also feature a separate co-op campaign with unique missions set in some familiar Aspire 1 environments. So team up with a fellow agent for a thrilling story that bridges the gap between Aspire 1 and Aspire 2. Here's the debut trailer.
So yeah, I think they left VR early on. Maybe they'll come back when PSVR 2 is in full swing.
Automation has ruined the lives of billions. In Australia, the Aspire program is resurrected to take down the techno-terrorist network Opus. Your code name is Poe. Nobody knows you're alive, and nobody can know. You will take control of Aspire and shut Opus down. But first, it's time to select your frame. Choose to be a formidable foe in combat, causing mayhem within enemy ranks. Or fly under the radar using an array of smart tools. Choose wisely. We've got nothing left to stop them besides you.
Drop your weapon now.
Poe, we need you. Time is
This
running.
is another game that if I pick it up, I gotta pick it up on PC.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Assimilate, infiltrate, eliminate. 2022.
Oh, so that's coming this year? Cool.
Next, I invited a special guest, a heroic sidekick, a personal friend of mine, to give you an update on her new adventure. She's a bit nervous for her first interview, so let's all give a warm welcome to Quill. Quill's here today. Actually, would you like me to do the honors? Quill is here to officially announce that Moss Book 2 will be coming to Quest 2 this summer. Exciting, right?
I bought this on Quest but never
This new
finished
adventure
it.
picks up right where we left off.
Yeah,
Inside the
I've got it on
house
PC
in
and Quest, and it was buggy.
What's that, Quill?
And because of that, because it was buggy, I never came back to it. And that was at a time when I was trying to bounce around and keep up with all the different games.
So Quill brought some gameplay footage.
So I never
from
came back
Moss
to
Book
it.
2 to share with us. Let's take a look.
So if it's this game, if it's coming to Quest, I would have to think that it's coming to PC. And again, if I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to pick it up on PC. mean, the Quest is convenient, but games like this, where I think you can play sitting down, there shouldn't be any. There's no issue with me playing it on PC, especially when I got a beast for a PC. But I think on PSVR without parole, I think there was a rumor that this game didn't sell very well on PSVR, which is unfortunate. But I blame Sony for that, because I think Sony has done a shitty job of promoting the PlayStation VR throughout this generation.
Okay.
They act like PSVR is a side note.
Ripper enemies, so intimidating. And that sword dash ability, is that hard to do? We make a great team, don't we? So keep an eye out for Moss Book 2 this summer, and thanks for stopping by, Quill. This next game comes from Kyoto-based developer Character Bank. A first-person action RPG, Ruins Magus takes place in a flourishing fantasy city and the ruins underneath. As a novice wizard seeking to become a powerful magus, you'll set out in search of long-forgotten artifacts. And along the way, you'll learn new magic abilities, confront powerful guardians, and even unravel a few mysteries in this heroic tale. The hand-drawn art style in this game is just so cool. So let's take a look at Ruins Magus coming to Quest 2.
ついに発見されたのだ。真相への大扉が。
Oh, that looks good. I can deal with.
真相への大扉って知ってる？
I can deal with cartoon graphics if they look good.
その先に遺跡の世界の真実が隠されてるって。
そしてその扉を開くには鍵がいる。これを私はキーストーンと名付ける。I think you're gonna see a lot of this type of stuff on PlayStation VR, PlayStation VR 2. These Japanese RPGs. I think you're gonna see a lot of that on PlayStation VR 2.
For more than 30 years now, the city builder genre has kept aspiring urban planners and maybe a few professionals up late, laying down roads, running subway lines, placing hospitals and schools, really just creating the perfect cities. But what if you could visit your creations and see the streets come to life? We haven't seen many city builders yet, and Cities VR is setting the bar by bringing the acclaimed City Skylines over from PC. Starting next week, you can build the city of your dreams from the ground up, exclusively on Quest 2.
Not for me, but hey, it's cool. Free updates after launch.
When Resident Evil 4 launched in October last year, it became the fastest selling game in Quest history.
Is this the San Andreas launch?
Launch?
Is this the San Andreas?
Asking, well, what about the mercenaries?
Oh, okay. Sorry. If EA Sims are working, I wonder if EA Sims are working on a VR title. I wouldn't doubt it, because now they see that there's going to be money to be made in VR. Oh, I like that mafia suit. Ah, nice. Said a casual game need at least one of those.
Mercenaries will now launch after today's showcase as a free update for anyone who owns Resident Evil 4 on Quest 2.
Oh, no kidding.
You can now revisit this fan favorite horde mode and score big by taking out as many Ganados as possible before the helicopter arrives and you can play.
If you never played Resident Evil 4 and you get it on Quest, I think it's worth the money because I think this game is 15 hours of gameplay on the Quest.
And Capcom.
And they're to add this with it, I think it's worth it.
Online leaderboards and 20 all new challenges to test the skills of any diehard.
I mean, if you can get past the, if you can get past the 360 looking graphics, yeah, I think it's worth it.
And my personal favorite, the new Golden Gun skins, which the team custom made for VR players. And best of all, you can bring all of these unlocks back to the main campaign. So if you haven't experienced this VR masterpiece yet, there's never been a better time to pick up Resident Evil 4 on Quest 2.
Oh, what you got for us here?
Beat Saber. You love it, I love it. Beat Saber had an incredible 2021. And we want 2022 to be even better.
I'm in the kitchen getting a drink, folks, so you might hear the refrigerator.
This year, we already put out our 5th original soundtrack, OST 5, and a new Fallout Boy pack. But we've got more planned, including our next mixtape, which will feature hit tracks from EDM artists like deadmau5 and Marshmello, Pendulum, and more. Check it out now.
There's a copyright right there. There's a copyright claim.
Last year, there was one game that a lot of you really wanted to hear about. And good things come to those
Sacred Grove. Resident Evil's worth it.
I'm excited to introduce you to Stress Level Zero's 4th project, Bone Lab.
Oh. Okay, a Boneworks, kind of like a little bit of a Boneworks. Well, somebody had made one of these Boneworks type experiences on SideQuest, and I think it did pretty good. So it's kind of a no-brainer that Stress Level Zero should have made something for the Quest. You know, and Boneworks did pretty good too. So I think Boneworks was probably the game that set the tone for physics in VR.
Bone Lab is a brand new game built for Quest 2 and PC VR. A genre-defining combat simulation where creativity is key. Everything reacts the way you'd expect it to react in the real world. Bone Lab takes the physics of Boneworks to new heights. So fight, run, and climb to uncover the truth about your reality. Bone Lab will also support mods, so players can enhance their experience with new maps, new weapons, and new avatars. I can't wait to see what people make. Bone Lab is set to release later this year, so keep an eye out on the store for updates. Thanks so much for joining me for the 2022 MetaQuest.
Oh, crap.
Remember, The Mercenaries is out now as a free update to Resident Evil 4. We're also celebrating with the sale in the MetaQuest store, so head over there for some discounts on some great games. We'll have more announcements later this year, but for now, I'd like to welcome a special guest to the show.
Thanks, Ruth, and thanks to all the developers who made today possible. This has been an amazing show, and I can't wait to play the new RE4 update and the Beat Saber tracks. I'm also excited to share that this world that I'm standing in right now is going to be available for download today as a new home environment for Quest. But you know we can't just end the show without one last world premiere. So remember, if there's something strange in your neighborhood,
Sony Pictures virtual reality? What the hell is this? In Dreams, the makers of is this Ghostbusters? Oh shit!
Yep. Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, great. It's moving. Where'd it go? I don't have the shot.
It's too fast.
Whoa, blast him!
Oh wow!
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thanks for watching.
That Ghostbusters game, that is going to be a big hit with the kids. And even us older folks that grew up watching Ghostbusters. So let me pause this. And we'll talk a little bit. I think that was a pretty good showcase. And we really needed this. Because I think there's... I think there's been a drought for highly anticipated titles coming to VR, period. And whether it was coming to the Quest, PSVR, what have you. I think there was a drought. And I think we needed this showcase. Because there's 2 or 3 games on there that I'm definitely looking forward to. That NFL Pro Era, no question. I'm getting that. The only thing is, I hope it's a full-blown football game and not just passing drills. But I'll still get it regardless. I will definitely get the Ghostbusters game. Yeah, Sacred Grove, the NFL game stole the show. What else? The Ghostbusters, I'm going to get that. Definitely wasn't expecting that in Boneworks. Well, I made a post about a month ago on Twitter about the NFL Pro Era game, so I knew the game was coming. But it just was totally, it just totally left my mind. So if I would have been, if I would have kept zeroed in, if I would have kept focused on that game, then I should have known or guessed that we would get some kind of updated information on that game. So I'm glad they showed it, but now that I'm over the shock, I should have expected it, being that, when I made the post on Twitter about a month ago, it was an article that I posted from Upload VR. So for those that are in the VR know, we know that this game is coming. But I didn't really pay attention to whether they were showing whether it's going to come this year or early next year. Sacred Grove, Saints and Sinners 2. I knew about that already, but good to see how it looks. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fun. I didn't finish the original game. I have it on PC. I don't really see any point in going back and buying it on Quest. I mean, when the Quest 2 first came out, and a lot of these games that were on PC were getting Quest ports, I was wanting to buy the game a second time just so I could compare the graphics from Quest 2 to PC. But there's no comparison. I mean, for a lot of these games, there's no comparison. Let me see here. I think a case in point might be PokerStars VR. If you have a beefy PC, you'll see the difference between Quest and PC, because you know, the assets, you can add the reflective surfaces, the shiny surfaces, that kind of stuff. There's like a trough surrounding the wheel, and the water looks so real. I mean, I'm over that phase now of comparing graphics between the Quest and PC. All that being said, I don't really have any interest in rebuying Saints and Sinners for the Quest. It just, to me, it don't really make any sense. I just rather get it on PC and get the best version of the game, the best looking version of the game. So I picked that up. I'll get it on PC. You know what? Let me see here. You know what? While we're still on this stream, let me back it up one more time. I want to see that football game again.
An exclusive look at what's in store.
I'm Lamar Jackson? You can never overlook me. Believed in myself and let's go, fellas. Come on now, you can do better. Okay, we're gonna run this play here. Let's get this one down.
Get ready, crewmates, because Inner Sloth, Robot Teddy,
Okay.
and Shell Games are bringing Among Us.
Did it show? I want to see if it said coming in 2022 or not.
Come on now, you can do better. Okay, we're gonna run this play here. Let's get this one down.
Get ready, crewmates.
Okay, so after looking at that, what I did see, because like right now, I think the most immersive football game in VR right now is VR Sports Challenge on the Oculus, for the Oculus PC, and that game has been delisted from the store. It was a free game when I bought the Oculus Rift CV1. I got the game free. I still have it. If you already have the game in your library, you can go back and re-download it. But if you don't have it, you can't get it because it's been delisted from the store. And with Oculus VR Challenge, you've got you basically got drills. In football, basketball, in baseball, you got the home run derby. In hockey, you know, basically with the hockey part of it, you start out as the goalie, and if you stop 3 shots, then you will convert the offense, and your teammates will set you up to get a shot on goal. So they'll pass it to you, and then you try to one-time it into the net. But it's not a full-blown hockey game. There is a full-blown hockey game on the Quest. I forgot what it's called, but it's got Roblox-type graphics. The football aspect of it, you're basically executing the 2-minute drill. There are elements of the game where you can run the ball, but I haven't gotten that far yet because I haven't completed those drills. There's also elements where you can run after the catch, where I'd imagine you have to pump your arms to run, because I saw that in this alpha gameplay. So that part is cool, that like after you complete the catch, you can physically run. I like that part. And then the other part that I saw that I have not seen in any other VR football game is the ability to call audibles. So I definitely like that. So that being said, I think this is going to be a game where you're executing a 2-minute offense down the field. So I don't think it's going to be a full-blown football game where you're going to be able to play defense or special teams or anything like that. I think it's just because it says be an NFL QB. It doesn't say play an NFL game at any position. It says be an NFL QB. So I think it's going to be executing a 2-minute offense, which is still cool. I mean, especially being that it's an officially licensed NFL game, so I think that's still going to be a big hit for a lot of people that love the NFL. So pre-alpha gameplay, Aerox, Ham with full body haptics. Let me see, Ham NFL game ships with free life insurance. So let me go ahead and shrink that. So I definitely like that showcase. Again, we really needed that. A little bit disappointing that we did not get any updates on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I was hoping that we would get a date for that. And a little bit disappointing that we did not get an announcement for Thrill of the Fight 2. But they said they still got more to share with us this year. So hopefully we'll get dates to those later on this year. So with that, thanks for watching this. I think it was a pretty good showcase. I think that that Ghostbusters game, being that that's a Sony's virtual reality game, there's no doubt about it that game is also going to come to PSVR 2. Not only do I think that game is going to come to PSVR 2, I think it's a game that could very well be crossplay with the Quest, and that will definitely keep the player base alive. So that being said, I think that game is going to do excellent in VR. I think that's going to be a game that everybody's going to want to play. So yeah, definitely, that's definitely cool. And I think the thing about it is that Ghostbusters game, another thing that tells me, in my opinion, that it might be coming to PSVR 2 is that they let it be shown here instead of showing it on their own platform. So that's interesting, but I still stick to my belief that it will definitely come to PSVR 2. Will it come to the current PSVR? I don't know. I kind of hope not. Because, with the Move controllers, I don't want the game to be compromised, and have bad controllers because of the Move controller. So I kind of hope it's a game that gets moved out and we see it on PSVR 2 when you get full functionality. So they won't have to accommodate for people on the Quest and people on PSVR. So sorry, PSVR people. If it doesn't come to the current PSVR, I think that's a good thing. So minimum requirements are to play 30M2. So that's cool. The Saints and Sinners add-on DLC, whatever you want to call it, that's cool. The Resident Evil kind of like a horde mode, that's cool. I don't know. I might have deleted that game from my Quest. And even if I didn't, I got to get that set up all over again, because now that I built Voltron 2, there's still some things I need to go back and put in Voltron 2, Voltron Junior, so I can stream Quest games from there. So I guess I'll get around to that sooner or later. With that, I really enjoyed the showcase. And for those of you who joined me, once again, I really appreciate it. Much bigger YouTubers are streaming this, and I appreciate you joining me. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and boogie on out of here and decide what my next stream is going to be. Which I'd like to think that I'll probably do within the next half hour, 45 minutes. I just haven't decided what I'm going to stream. I know that I'm going to stream something. Could be flat screen, could be Halo Infinite, don't know. I guess we'll just have to see how I feel. Sacred Grove, that Saints and Sinners was a DLC or a new full game. I think it was DLC. It it had to be DLC because they called it Saints and Sinners. If it would have been a full game, it would have had a totally different name. The Walking Dead something else. They wouldn't have attached Saints and Sinners to it. So, but that's cool. That looked fun. What I'm hoping is with that part is I'm hoping that's not a part of the game where you have to finish the original game to access that part of the game, because I have not finished Saints and Sinners. In fact, let me check my library because I might have to go back and re-download that. The Walking. Yep, that's a game I have to go back and re-download it. So I'll eventually get around to that. So with that, okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and boogie on out of here. I'm rambling now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in a little bit on the next stream. Until then, you guys know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king, and deuces. See you in a little bit.